The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday. And you know what that means? It's that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that old outlaw, that old cagey outlaw, Waylon Jennings, and the Kane County Toy Show, the big Chicago Toy Show 50th anniversary was just this past weekend, and I did go to that with my kids. Quite the adventure. More on that in this very video. And of course, we're going to break down everything that came through. But first, we always start with some housekeeping. The week that was here on the channel. And of course, the giveaways. We got two current giveaways going on right now. Right now on Patreon, the April giveaway for the month of April. Makes sense. We got Damian Priest. We got Vader. We got Rey Mysterio. And we've got Brie Bella, if I can find her. We got all four of these. Of course, they do build the Doc Hendricks Build-A-Figure. We got these as the April giveaway on Patreon. So you got to be a Patreon member. Head over there for all the details. Of course, only a couple days left to be entered in to win this one. Thank you to all the Patreon members that are taking part, of course, in the Patreon every single month. Next month, we'll have another giveaway, which I'll talk about next week on the channel. And a lot of good stuff coming to the Patreon, as well as a very highly requested video series coming to the Patreon in May would be my entire t-shirt collection. I know a lot of you guys and gals have said, could you do a video showing your t-shirt collection? So finally, found some time, getting around to that, going to have that up in May, and there's going to be a lot of videos. I've grabbed my wife. She's going to join me for those videos, but you're looking at probably 14 different videos, something like that, as there's a lot of t-shirts to go through. So if that is your thing, check out the Patreon coming there very, very soon. Can't forget about the MLC Facebook group giveaway this month, a Nerdzoic $50 gift card. This is your last week to enter, so put a comment down below in this very video. Put whatever comment you want, but make sure you put MLC in there, and you also have to be a member of the MLC Facebook group. Search that out on Facebook. When they ask you, why are you joining the group, put Kyle Peterson down, and you can be entered to win. So check that one out if you are into that. A $50 gift card goes a long way, as we all do know. So there's a little housekeeping. Now we get into the housekeeping of the week that was here on the channel, and I talked about the Kane County Toy Show. We did a couple of videos leading up to that one, as it was a daddy-daughter trip, as Emma and Elle did join me on the adventure there. Mom wanted to stay home, so she got her wish. I took the kids, and we went and worked our way to Chicago. We hit all kinds of things. We hit the world's biggest truck stop. Yes, move over, Buc-ee's, as I've been to a couple of different Buc-ee's now that I've been down in Texas, and this is bigger than probably about 3 Buc-ee's combined. If you've never been to the I-80 truck stop, it truly is the world's biggest. It's got a movie theater in it. It's got like 8 full-size vehicles, including one huge semi inside there. Got tons of restaurants, got all kinds of stuff, but you name it. Check out the I-80 truck stop, and I showed a little bit of that in that very video. We also went to dinner, Lou Malinotti's. I hadn't had that one in like 10 years, so we tried that again. A lot of stuff on the road trip, of course. Action figure hunt along the road as well. So check that video out. And then, of course, the next day was the Kane County Toy Show. You can see a little bit of here and there of what was going on. I've been to quite a few of those over the years, and that was definitely the busiest one I've been to. It was packed on Sunday. I didn't find a whole lot of stuff I needed. I know first world problems, but if you saw my daughter Emma, she was very excited with her purchase. She definitely had the big girl purchase of the day, but Emma never asked for anything. Elle always wants a Squishmallow, wants this and that. Emma never wants anything. She wants a strawberry acai or something like that from Starbucks. That's the only thing she ever wants. So I didn't feel too bad picking this one up for her. She had a big week this week. She had a big school concert as well. So went a long way for Emma, and I like her horror fascination and some of this stuff. So Emma did get that. She was a very happy camper coming off that show. And now she wants to go back again and get something else next time. So we'll see. She might join me on the next Chicago Toy Show. We'll see what happens there. And then there was no rest for the wicked. I was like I always say, like a young Ozzy Osbourne. I got home from Chicago, packed my bags, and I was headed to beautiful Nebraska. Absolutely majestic this time of year in Nebraska. Was out there for some meetings, and of course did some toy hunting at night, went around to some things, and of course found something that dropped me in my tracks. And a lot of people, well, we'll talk about it here, weekly purchases, so stay tuned for that. Also did see a Suncoast store. I said, I'm going to pop into this Suncoast. Yes, Suncoast running strong in Omaha, Nebraska. Well, not anymore, as they were going out of business, unfortunately. So like a lot of the other Suncoasts around the world. I think that leaves maybe 1 or 2 left. I know there's one in like Beaumont, Texas. That might be the last Suncoast remaining, and that could be closing as far as I know as well right now. But a very unfortunate, but I did walk in there and it said everything 30 to 50% off, and I'm like, oh boy, they got a lot of action figures here. I might get a deal, and it's all in the figure hunt there. But I did see the Crimson Guard G.I. Joe. I'm like, gosh, if this is like 30 to 50% off, I can get this for like $10. I'll do that. And it was something like $29 or $39 after the discount. I was like, no wonder they're going out of business. But just sad to see. But it is something special about seeing that Suncoast graphics. And a lot of people didn't even know Suncoast still existed. So very cool. But pour one out for old Suncoast. I guess is what we'll have to do there. But getting into the figure reviews this week, of course, Snakeface, Dragon Blaster, Skeletor, the brand new Deluxe Masters of the Origin figures. We unboxed both of those this week on the channel. I did the most biased unboxing and review of all time as I unboxed my all-time favorite, Boss Rutan from the UFC Legends line. Check out that one if you missed it. Weekly Jack's Classic Superstars video. We did that, of course, every single Tuesday we do those videos, so we did do that. From the brand new Munsters movie, Rob Zombie's Munsters, we did the Zombo figure. We talked about that last week in weekly purchases. Unboxed that one. We did unbox Yondu, the Target exclusive Marvel Legends figure. And then we dived into a ton of Marvel Legends this week as we worked our way through the Marvel X-Men wave. Check those out. We did the Guardians of the Galaxy wave. Check those videos out. We unboxed the Tenga Warriors, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Lightning Collection fan channel exclusive 2-pack. We unboxed those. We also did the top 5 Jim the Anvil Neidhart this week. A little bit of deep cut in the top 5, but definitely works out right there. Jim Neidhart going strong. I think we're at about 29,000 subscribers. We're like 100 subscribers shy of 29,000 as I'm filming this. So once we get to 29,000, we'll have to think of our next top 10. And once we get to 30,000 on subscribers, we got to do a special top 10. We got to think what that's going to be. Maybe it's a Terry Funk top 10. We'll see what happens. But we'll do a special top 10 for 30,000 subscribers, and we'll do a big giveaway. We'll figure some kind of a giveaway out. So if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to this very YouTube channel and tell a friend. There you go. We'll do that. But a lot going on this week. But of course, before we get into the weekly purchases, we got to get into the Jonathan Franks question of the week.
How much money would it take to make you spend a night in a cemetery? Would you describe...
All right, now we're getting down to some real questions here. How much money would it take to spend a night in a cemetery? Well, what kind of cemetery are we talking about? Are we talking about a regular cemetery, a big cemetery, a country cemetery, a haunted cemetery? But the answer is not very much. Yeah, I would pretty much do that for, I don't know, it's got to be worth my time. I'd have to figure out what my time is worth. And it's worth a lot of money, let me tell you. But I would have no problem spending a night in a cemetery. I wouldn't be too scared of that. Growing up as a kid, one of my best friends, I'd go spend the night at his house. His backyard actually backed up into a cemetery. And we go out like 2 in the morning. We go out into that cemetery and walk around and stuff. None of that stuff spooks me out. So it wouldn't take a whole lot of money for me. It'd be fun. Maybe we do a video series. I'd take the kids because they'd be spooked out about it. But we could take the kids, we get our sleeping bags, we just lay down in the middle of the cemetery, hang out. Maybe we can go to a cemetery that has some relatives in or something like that. But we could do that. Maybe we'll do that as a video on the series, video series one day here on the channel. I'm sure Emma would be worth the price of admission alone for sure, but wouldn't take very much money. You give me $100, I'll spend the night in the cemetery. I don't care. It's got to be kind of warm out though. I don't want to be freezing out there, but if it's a nice, you know, summer evening or whatever, yeah, I'll spend the night out there. Why not? How much money would it take for you to spend the night in the cemetery? Oh, we're asking all the deep cut questions here on the channel, but there it is. That is the question of the week. Now we got to dive into it. Let's dive into the weekly purchases. All right, let's dive into the weekly purchases, and quite the week this week. Not the biggest, that's for sure, and I did assume it would be a bigger week with the King County Toy Show, but I barely picked up anything from that, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But let's talk about the biggest pickup of the week. No doubt about it is Masters Universe Origins Duplico. I about fell down in the aisle when I saw this Duplico. I haven't been in shock like this in a long, long time. If you watched my Nebraska Fig Hunt video this week, and why haven't you? But I did find this. I found it live on camera, and if you see, I walk right by it, totally miss it, start looking at the wrestling, and I see it out of the corner of my eye, and I just did one of these. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. I still cannot explain it because there was only one of these figures there. Of course, this is rumored to be a Walmart exclusive. This was the only one there. None of his label mates or his set mates were there. None at all. And this was just chilling by itself on the peg. Very, very strange, but man, I'm not questioning it. And then I got to the register. I'm like, okay, is this even going to ring up? Thankfully, it rang up. All was good. All was right with the world. Now, this is a beater. Unfortunately, this is coming off the card. It's dented on the corner. It is not unpunched, so I couldn't keep this as a mint on card one. So this will be my Lucy one. Hopefully, I find one unpunched on card one of these days. But as of right now, this is kind of a Harley Race situation. There's been, Mexico has got quite a few of these. They did go up briefly on Palmart, briefly on Mattel Creations, but it's been pretty quiet ever since. Now there's rumors of a variant edition of this one. I don't know where this Duplico craziness is going, but man, I could not believe just at some random Walmart on a Monday late afternoon at like 4:30 or something, I just walk in and this is sitting there. Now, of course, like I knew there'd be, whenever I find a chase or anything, people say, oh, you brought it in, you put it on the shelf. I mean, come on. Who's got time for that? I do not have time for that, but I guess believe what you want. But I found this fair and square. I didn't buy it off eBay, bring it into a store, put it on the shelf, and then rebuy it. I didn't do anything like that. That's a little crazy. But Duplico is here. Hopefully I can find another one, and I guess we'll unbox him on the channel probably this week. I know nothing about this character. It's so funny. A lot of us in the world looking for Duplico because we're collectors of this line, trying to be a completionist of this line, but we don't know anything about the character. So it's kind of funny, very ironic there. But Duplico through the door, Nebraska. Oh, I'll never forget you. And of course, I found Harley Race way back in the day in Nebraska as well. So Nebraska, my good luck charm, I guess we'll call it. And I did find a few other things this week in Nebraska as well. I found Candace LeRae Chase Edition. This is one of those ones I said if I come across it, I'll pick it up. If I don't, I won't. But I did come across this at one of the Walmarts in Nebraska. Picked it up for like $10, whatever it is. Thought that was all right. I did grab this. Now, I'm not a huge Indiana Jones guy, as you guys know, and I'm trying to find time to watch Temple of Doom. I want to finish out the Indiana Jones movies. I started them. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to see it through. But this one I went back and forth about. This is a cool suited character, but man, that zombie kind of melting face going on, so cool. I just couldn't pass this one up. I said, you know what? I'm going to pick it up. We'll see what's going on. I might use this with maybe my Marvel Legends, something like that. Who knows? But just very cool with that extra head. If it didn't have that extra head, I'd probably pass on this. But it is a cool suited character. There's a lot of cool stuff with this one. So, like I said, I had to pick it up this week in Nebraska once again. And then I saw a clearance game. It sounded like Nebraska started clearance. A lot of Targets since I filmed that video have started clearance as well. A lot of these Ultimate Editions down to $23. The Ultimate Warrior Ken Shamrock Wave of Legends down to $6.59 in a lot of stores as well. But I did pick up another Ultimate Warrior. I figure I'm going to display him in both looks, so I get use of both head sculpts. Warrior's my favorite. Why wouldn't I do that? So I picked him up on clearance. And then if you saw a little bit of my trip to the Kane County Toy Show, my daughters and I, we just stumbled into a Target. It was on a Saturday night about 8 o'clock, and they had just put this brand new shipper out, and the Andre the Giant Chase was up there. So I am going to play a little bit of the long game. I'm going to find him at retail, but I want a mint on card set of Elite 100. I have basic 100 on card. I figured I should get Elite 100 on card. So I've got Andre, I got John Cena. I'll slowly work to get the rest of them eventually. Got to get a deal. I might even wait till the end of the year. Maybe there'll be a ringside sale, something like that. We'll see what happens. Then through the door this week from Entertainment Earth, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%, and anything over $59 does ship free. But I did get these two from the brand new Ant-Man wave. I got Egghead and Crossfire. Caught up in the Crossfire. Two characters I know nothing about. Crossfire, I don't even know if I've heard of him. I'm going to have to research. Maybe I have, but it doesn't ring a bell. And Egghead I've heard about, but I don't know if I've read any stories with him. So two deeper cut comic characters, but man, I'm here for stuff like this. I love deep cut characters, and I've got these from the Hasbro set. I do have some more of these coming from Big Bad Toy Store. That'll probably be on next week's weekly purchases, so stay tuned for that. As we get Marvel Legend overload here on the channel, there's been a ton of Marvel Legends products in the last couple of weeks. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Stop the clock. Always great on a Friday afternoon after I get done filming weekly purchases to walk upstairs and see a glorious package sitting on the front steps. And that's exactly what I had here today. So we got to stop the clock. We got to go through some stuff that came via Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $59 does ship free. But I had an Entertainment Earth come through, or an order come through here today. What did I get? Playing a little of that long game. Got the Joker Infinite Frontiers Joker. So we got this one through the door here from Entertainment Earth today. Having a little Marvel Legends. We got future Ant-Man as we slowly build out this wave. Slowly build the brand new Ant-Man wave. And an Ant-Man I am not very familiar with, but this one does look really, really cool. So we got Ant-Man through the door. And finally, last but not least, the long game continues. Finally picked this one up. Been waiting for it to go in stock at Entertainment Earth so I could save 10%. We got to get a deal out there. And that's exactly what I did. I got the old tattooed Gremlins from Gremlins 2. Got to get a deal out there. Got free shipping. Got 10% off. A little bit of long game on it, but it did work off in my favor. I always tell you guys, Entertainment Earth, check that hot off the truck every single day. I rarely pre-order anything anymore. I just wait for it to go hot off the truck, get free shipping over $59, and of course save 10% just like that. That's what I did on this Ant-Man. That's what I did on this one. All three of these save 10%. Got to get a deal out there, folks. That's what we got to do. But there it is, a little break-in to weekly purchases. For those, I did get hit with a little bit of FOMO this week as McFarlane Toys had a big sale. It was buy one, get one 50% off at GameStop this week. And of course, I had those $5 monthly reward. I had reward points, things like that. So I got this set very, very cheap. And I said, you know what? I was on the fence. I was waiting for a deal. I said, you know what? I'm just going to take the deal now. And that's what I did. I got the new McFarlane DC. I got Raven, of course. Got Donna Troy, got Nightwing, and then, of course, Arsenal, and I don't even know Arsenal, but, of course, they Build-A-Figure for Beast Boy. Now, I got the little version of Beast Boy. It's a Walmart exclusive. I think we unboxed it on the channel. If not, it's on the Patreon. It's been there for a while. But I wanted to get the big, giant Beast Boy. You know I love a big figure. So I pulled the trigger on this set. I said, you know what? It's worth it to me. I might sell Arsenal. I might sell Donna Troy. Who knows? I don't really need them. Don't really know a lot about them. But I've talked about it before. Or I talked about it in that Beast Boy review. My kids really do love Teen Titans. So I thought that'd be a fun one for them to play around with. Things like that. So got that one via GameStop this week. And then I found another one out at Best Buy. I don't know where Best Buy popped into my mind. But not Best Buy. I found it at Target. $5.99 on clearance, this armored Batman. Caught me at a weak moment. I said, $5.99 is not bad. I'm going to check out what all the fuss is about with this Batman. But we've seen him clanking around Targets and Walmarts for the last couple of years, it seems like. But $5.99, said, heck, why not? I'll pick that one up. Speaking of pickups, once again, Entertainment Earth. Again, yes, Entertainment Earth. I finally got was this the New York Comic-Con exclusive of Muckman and Joe Eyeball, the glow-in-the-dark version. Been playing that long game and finally got one off of Entertainment Earth on sale. So, big, heavy figure. Still haven't unboxed any of these on the channel. Once I get some time, once I maybe get some time off, a couple of days, I'm going to unbox every single Super 7 Ultimate Ninja Turtle. I have every single one, all in package. As of right now, I'm a mint-on-card package collector of that Super 7 line. Not for long, though. Hopefully I find time to get after that. More to come there. Now we get into a little bit of Lucy portion of the episode here, and this was my one purchase at the Ankeny Toy Show. Can you believe that? I only bought one thing. Part of that was I had two complaining kids that were, let's keep going, let's go a little faster, things like that. So maybe I didn't get into the weeds as much as I would have liked to, but I didn't really need a whole lot of stuff. I really didn't have a list. It was more of one of those trips where if I see it and I need it, I'll pick it up. If I don't see it or if they don't have anything, I won't pick it up. I'm not just going to buy, of course. And Emma spent all my money anyways. But I did find this old school Mickey James basic figure. Most of the females I have in basic form. And of course the old female basics are basically elites, as we do know. But I was missing this Mickey James from my basic collection. Found her for $10. Said, you know what? I'm going to pick up old Mickey James. So that's what I did. Pulled the trigger on her. And that was all I bought at the Ankeny Toy Show. I thought for a second about buying some of those UK Galoobs. They did have... they had Arn Anderson, they had Ric Flair, they had Dustin Rhodes, they had a Sting, and then they had the Freebirds, but I already have the Freebirds. I was entertaining getting those, and then I kind of narrowed it down and said, you know what, I'm just going to get the Dustin, because I don't have the Dustin. I got the other ones, the variant editions, but I don't have Dustin Rhodes. And it was $100, looked very minty, and then I think my kids distracted me and I didn't pick it up, which maybe was for the best. Maybe it was a reason there. Didn't need that Dustin Rhodes. I guess we'll see what happens in the future. But I wouldn't mind completing that Galoob set one of these days. It's just very pricey, as we all do know. But it's on the long game list. We'll just call it that. Then I ran into old good friend of the channel, old Dave Wheeler. Check out old Dave Wonder's YouTube channel. Talked with Dave for a while. He'd been helping me out. I had a broken hand on a Ric Flair figure. I dropped this off last time I saw him up in Minnesota. I said, hey, could you put this figure back together for me, basically fix it? And he did. Of course, he can do all kinds of stuff like that. And I had this old robe from Ralph's hanging around. So I got a cheap used Ric Flair with a broken hand that he fixed for me. And then I had an old robe, threw that on Ric Flair, and voila, you got a new Ric Flair Elite figure, really, at the end of the day. And then I had Dave Wheeler do a little custom job for me. I found, of course, Farouk on sale, on clearance, like a lot of us did at Target, $6.59. I said, wait a minute. And then I got some extra accessories with him, and I said, could you do something for me? Could you turn these into Doom? Oh, and he did. So I got Doom there. A fairly easy custom, I think, but looking really, really good. I did talk to the Mattel team. Why can't we get a Doom? They did answer my question there, saying, they don't like to, since they don't have rights to butchery, they didn't want to put them out. But I said, you could do a Ron Simmons with a masthead. Make us buy 2 Ron Simmons to create our own Doom. But this will work temporarily. This will be a nice little custom in my collection of Doom. One of my favorite tag teams from the golden era of WCW tag teams. I mean, WCW had some amazing tag teams, NWA throughout the years, but I really did love the Steiners, Doom, Horsemen, that whole kind of era of tag teams there, and Doom was an absolute favorite of mine. So happy to have these in here from old Dave Wheeler. Check out old Dave Wheeler. Check out his shows, all that kind of fun stuff. And the hits keep on coming. We got a few more things here. Let me clean up. I did get some stuff for the collection. I did pick up some more of these Suzuki LED lights. You guys know I use these in my Marvel Legend collection on my bookcases. I like these. They're rechargeable. There's no batteries, things like that. Found a bunch of these used very cheaply. Always going to pick these up if I ever find them cheap, so I did get those. We did see Amazon coming in hot. You guys do know I use these risers in a lot of my Billy bookcases, and we did see these this week at Amazon for like $4, basically half off, even more than half off. I've always bought these at Bed Bath & Beyond with those coupons. You can get them dirt cheap. I've always done that. Unfortunately, it sounds like Bed Bath & Beyond is on its way out, so we'll have to go to the Amazons of the world for things like this. But I don't necessarily need these right now, but I didn't want to miss out on the sale, so I picked them up, and I guess if I want to return them, you got like 90 days to return them to Amazon, so I could if I really need to, but I had to pick those up in the last week or so. And the hits keep on coming. Got 2 things left. I did order this off the Josh Sheernoff website, I guess. He did have a retro figure from Chella Toys back in the day. And this is usually something I probably wouldn't get, especially at the price point. They're a little more expensive, as we do know. But he was selling these for like $14 shipped on his website. And I said, you know what? I'm going to open it up. This isn't a bad gig to have an announcer, an interviewer, whatever you want to do, mixed in with your Hasbros, your retros, things like that. So this worked for me for $14 shipped. Good deal there, and old Josh even threw in a nice autograph picture. How about that? Shout out to him. Shout out to the Premier Streaming Network. Check out Josh and all of his exploits over there if you get a chance. There you go. So I did pick up that up, and then I did pick this one up off of Amazon, playing a little of that long game. Finally came in the door. Be a Man Hulk. Got the Macho Man CD. This should be the album of the week, because it's Macho Man CD. But Macho Man Randy Savage, Be a Man. I have a lot of fun with my kids streaming this in the car. Figured this summer I might surprise them. Of course, my Jeep still has a CD player. Throw the top down on the Wrangler, cruising the highways and byways, throw on a little Macho Man, and man, me and the girls, we're going to be jamming out to some Macho Man rap music. But I had to pick that up. That is up on Amazon if you are in need. So there it is, looking around. I think that's it for the weekly purchases. Not the biggest week ever, that's for sure, especially with Kane County. But like I said, nothing I really needed, and I wasn't going to buy stuff just to buy stuff. I am eyeing some of those classic Swamp Thing characters, though, but those got my heart for right now. We'll see what happens if I do pull the trigger on some of those in the future. But I will be back to the Kane County Toy Show probably in October. Won't be able to make it to the summertime show this year, as I am tied up with other duties. More to come on that in the future on this very channel. And speaking of this channel, make sure you do like, comment, and subscribe. It always helps the channel. We're getting dangerously close to 30,000 subscribers, as you guys do know. We'll do a big special top 10 and giveaway when we do get there. So help the cause. Make sure you do subscribe to this channel. Leave me a note in the comments. What did you pick up this week? What did you find? Did you go to the Kane County Toy Show? What did you pick up? Let me know in the comments down below. And as I said, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this very YouTube channel. Check out the Patreon. Last chance to get in on the Royal Rumble Elite giveaway this month. We'll have another giveaway next month, so stay tuned for that. And of course, it is your best way to support the channel and all the content by being a member of the Patreon. And you get a ton of stuff over there, as I always do say. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And then don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for this week's weekly purchases, I'm Kyle, and you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into another work week.